Jay, speaking of things you're in, now the coffin is, this is actually, for some people, coffin isn't a sign of prosperity, but for you it is. I mean, you get a little money, you buy a new coffin. I mean,
right.
I don't normally do that. Paul doesn't do that. Now,
No, that's usually the last thing you buy.
oh, that's right.
That's not one of the things you buy.
Let me clarify one thing. This is my 18th coffin, if we're going to talk about, because see, I live mostly on the East Coast. Now, I've been living here in L.A. since 1985. So this is my second coffin here, because I still have one at home. You've seen it. You've been in my pad.
Yeah.
There's one leaning against my icebox. I had a girl up there one day who wanted a glass of water, and I haven't seen her since, and the water's still sitting on the sink. She took one look at that coffin. Most people are afraid of something. I don't understand why you're afraid of something that represents death. The dead people can't hurt you. It's the live ones out here you better worry about.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I mean, everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. So how are you going to get there?
I don't know. I don't know.
I've never seen you with that particular chapeau. It does actually resemble Bo Diddley's. I know he's a
Don't do that.
I know he's a great.
I like you. Don't do that. Don't ever connect me or compare me with that Bo Diddley.
Didn't you once tell me he was your musical idol? I thought.
Bo Diddley, my idol? I would just as soon be in bed with a buzzard. Bo Diddley, oh. If I could understand what makes this man tick.
What makes him tick?
No, Bo Diddley.
Oh, Bo Diddley tick.
No. I expect Art to ask me these sort of questions.
How come?
Because he's the host.
Oh,
and
by
the
the way,
host has got the most.
One of your old mentors was playing down about 2 months ago down at the press club. That's Tiny Grimes was playing here in town.
I saw the advertisement in the newspaper, and something first said, go visit him. And then something else said, no, you don't like him either. So I didn't go.
He's your old employer from the early 50s.
He gave me my first professional job in show business. I was fresh out of the Air Force.
Yeah.
And Tiny Grimes hired me for $30 a week to be his chauffeur, his bodyguard, his dog walker, his saxophone player, his piano player, his blues singer. He even wanted me to carry some of his drugs. I mean, the man was weird, and he drank Italian Swiss Colony Muscatel wine in Southern Comfort, lit up a stick of marijuana, stopped at the red light, hit the brakes, and then turn around and talk to you while the car is drifting out into the intersection. That's when I quit him.
You know, I was thinking about this, but I don't know what prompted it the other day. Oh, I saw Ruth Brown last night. That's what it was.
Oh, I love the girl. I love her now.
Hey, well, you know, she's in a movie now.
I'm good. I'm so happy for her.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. I want her to do the things that Tina Turner's doing.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, Ruth Brown has more soul than Tina Turner. But I can't go out here and say that because these young kids would kill me about it. They love Tina Turner. And I've got nothing against Tina Turner. I think she's marvelous.
Yeah.
But to me, there's only really one female singer, past, present, and future.
That's Ruth Brown.
No, no,
who is
no.
it? Nina Simone.
Diana Washington.
Oh, Dinah.
Dinah, to me, is the queen of all nasty, uncouth, corrupted, devastated, despicable hunk of a woman.
Did she
but
like you?
Got a gorgeous. She hates my guts. She hates my guts, and I hate hers. But I will acknowledge talent. The woman
hated
can
Fats Domino,
sing.
too.
She hates everybody.
Yeah.
She hates. She don't even like herself. She looked in the mirror once and broke it.
Yeah.
The mirror didn't break
Hey,
itself.
what
she
about Aretha? What do you think about her?
Aretha Franklin? Well, if you like the Hindenburg, then you like Aretha Franklin. I have seen Aretha skinny. I've seen her fat.
Yeah.
But the woman has got a vocabulary worse than any sailor. And you know, I mean, this is really derogatory. The woman is hostile.
She's hostile.
She is hostile towards life herself.
Yeah.
When she goes into Atlantic to make a record, they're all sniveling. What do you want? I want to sing respect. You know, and she's good. She makes money. I don't knock their talent. It's their personalities I can't stand, you know. And I do exercise the right to have my own opinion. You have yours, he has it. Everybody has a right to their own opinion. When they work on shows with me or I see them, I ignore them. And then they say, who, you think you're better than us? I says, very much so. And couldn't help it whether you like it or not.
You know, you were there, you were one of the persons that started rock and roll, so you were working with the blues, rhythm and blues part of the music world first, and then you got on the other part, on the rock and roll.
Well,
so
I
to
didn't
speak.
want to get on the rock and roll, but Alan Freed and I met before the world knew Alan Freed. He was known as Moondog in Cleveland.
You're from Cleveland.
And I'm from Cleveland, and we thought Alan Freed was black.
Yeah.
Because he was on a station that played nothing but white music. In those days, it was very prejudiced. So we all got a bunch of people from our street to go down and thank this black man for getting on a white radio station playing black music.
Yeah.
Come to find out, behind that voice was a white man. But he had a lot of black soul, so we thanked him anyhow.
Yeah.
And he kept saying, what are you going to do when you get out the service? I says, well, I'm thinking of getting in show business, but I got to find a gimmick because I'm not that great of a singer. He says, well, whatever you do, if you make records, bring them to me. And the man, he never let me down. Alan Freed is the reason I'm in this coffin. He put that coffin into my act, not me. I didn't think up that idea. I thought up Henry.
Yeah.
I thought of blowing up the place and making fire come from my fingertips and a hand crawling across the stage. I thought up all these weird color clothes and stuff, but Alan Freed is the one that thought up the coffin. And he made an offer I couldn't refuse. He sat in my dressing room and just kept peeling $100 bills. And I said, you can't buy me, but I was a liar. And he bought me. And I've been doing it ever since, and it's made it possible for me to work. Here it is, 1988. I haven't had a hit record since the 1960s. I had a lot of pictures where they put my records in. Even the New York Yankees use I Put a Spell on You to frighten the opposing team. It's on Simon and Simon. And I know I just got a couple of royalty checks 2 weeks ago, and it tells me where my money comes from. But Alan Freed, I have to give him credit for that coffin. And I hate that box. I have given orders to my wife, when I die, burn me, cremate me. And when that's over, take the ashes and burn them. I don't want nothing. And I'll never, ain't no one's going to feast on this body. No, no.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about the early 50s when you were on the straight R&B shows. Now, those shows played to all black audiences? I'm talking about down south.
If down south, no. Down south, you played to pure white audience. And if you had white musicians in the band behind you, they had a curtain.
Wow.
They put you in front of the curtain and they didn't show the band.
Is that right?
I'm telling you the honest to God truth. I was there. I seen it. This is not something somebody told me or I read. I went through it. I had a cop smack me in the back of my head as hard as he could with a billy club, because when I got off the bus in Macomb, Georgia, and that's James Brown hometown, I can understand why James Brown's so crazy. This cop smacked me.
Little Richard, too, is from me.
Yeah, I don't want to mention Little Richard's name.
Okay.
There are certain people I don't want to discuss.